welcome to a new video, and in this one I wanted to take a look at the new weather planner that came with Sol 2.1 because this changes things quite dramatically. So there's a new weather planner that you can open up, and it makes it much easier to basically play around with what you're doing in terms of weather. So I've just basically got a car loaded up here in at Brands Hatch, and when you go in and open up the new Sol planner, now I'm going to leave Peter's instructions that you get to download and set this all up. It's fairly straightforward, and keep in mind that you do need the latest preview of CSP to get the external rain and everything that you're about to see, but just go and donate to his Patreon and get it, because it's more than worth it. So when you first go in there, and you will need to add in the app for the new Sol planner, what you'll basically see in there is that it will default to the current weather you had selected when you went in. So in this case, scattered showers, scattered clouds for myself. And it also points out where you are in terms of the day, so noon in this case, and you can use the arrows I'm just pointing to right now to change the time, and also if you want the date and the year. The three boxes either side allow you to go backwards or forwards to varying degrees. And you can go in and change the weather to anything you want, so clear. You can then change it up to various levels of clouds, and you can see it changes really quickly, really instantly, so it's really nice from that point of view. And if you've just got one slot selected as a default, it will effectively stick with that slot, and you can see here changing the time is again very easy. Depending on which of the three boxes you click in, it either moves it forward a little bit or a lot, so very easy to play around with in terms of time and date from that point of view, which is extremely nice. So a nice easy little tool there that allows you, if you just want a single weather, time, date, anything like that, you can just flick backwards and forwards between it, turn the app off and go drive, so no problem with that at all. What you can also do is you can then play around with the various weather conditions. So as you can see, I'll just play around with a few more of them here and keep it in that single slot. And you can build a day's worth of weather here, night, dawn, sunrise, morning, etc. And depending on which time you're at, that's effectively what you will get. So it makes it very straightforward to use in that regard, which is really nice. And for my money, it's much easier than the old Sol weather planner that we had, which was a bit trickier to use. And you'll notice for whichever one you select, you've got a whole host of controls down the bottom of this, which will allow you to see in red, for example, on rain, the maximum amount of rain you can have, and then blue, the amount you've currently got. And that goes across all of the settings there, so humidity, fog, there's a whole load of stuff that you can have in there. And the minimums and the maximums and where you currently are will depend on what you've selected. And you've also got some random ones that you can throw in there as well that will randomise what you're getting. So it makes it very straightforward to use in that regard. The random ones, as you can see, it cascades down and shows you what will be included within that. And you've got random dry, you've got random wet, you've got random thunderstorm, and you can then also just remove whatever you've got there, and that switches off and takes you back to where you were to begin with. Switches everything off. It allows you to play around with it to your heart's content. But what you can also do, as well as having it set by whatever point in the day it is, you've also got the option to flick over and actually start looking at and playing around with in time intervals. So you can select a time slot here, or rather you can select the time icon on this. And what that will then allow you to do is effectively build your own predetermined time period that this is going to operate across. So I'm just going to talk you through how we do this and build a time slot in here. And you can, as I'm doing now, you can change the number of minutes that each slot will be active for. I'm setting all of these down to 1 just so that I can demo this more than anything else. And you can also have this basically just run in a time scale and then stop and keep with the last one, or you can actually get it to repeat. So I'm just going to build one up here where we go from windy weather to some overcast, and then move over and have some some rain, then some heavy rain, and then I think we'll drop into a thunderstorm on that, and we'll go back to some rain off of the back of that. Overcast weather, we'll have we'll have some clear and then no clouds, and you can see the little orange repeat circle at the end shows that this is going to effectively repeat. And then I'm just going to hit play on this and start cycling through this. Now I am going to fast forward through this so that you can see this progressing, and you can see the yellow bar as this progresses through in real time. As I say, you can set as long as you want for this. You can hit the orange icon that's illuminated at the end of the time intervals, and it will then repeat. And the nice thing is it's not a hard cut off between any of these. You'll start to see as we go through that as we're in the windy, and because we've got this for such short periods of time, some of the rain's going to start coming in quite early, but very, very light. And then it's basically going to build throughout the entire cycle as we get into the rain, the heavier rain, into the thunderstorm, which has reduced rain, but we get a nice dramatic thunderstorm in there. We then come back into the heavier rain, into the overcast, and into the clear, and then to the no clouds at all. And because I've got this on repeat, as we go into the no clouds, it's going to start picking up from the windy and get some of the clouds in again. So it's really nice from that perspective, in that it's a very smooth and gradual flow as the weather changes, and works really well across that. It looks really good even in this truncated timescale and sped up video. And you can also see the car and the rain building up on that, the wipers working, and you can set the wipers automatically, or you can turn that off, and there are various levels you can have of control on that, so you can force control of them yourself, or you can do it as much as you need to automatically. And it'll either repeat or stick on the last one and keep going, your choice with regard to that. And one of the nice things that you can also do off of this is you can actually save a load of presets on here. So you can save these as individual presets, then pull them back up, and there are some that are in there automatically already. So you've got a summer's day, you've got cloudy, rainy, nice, so you can play around with these, and I think people are going to be sharing some of these and building up their own ones. So as I say, that's a quick look at the new Sol Planner 1.0 that comes with Sol 2.1, and quite frankly it's a no-brainer. It really is. It's absolutely brilliant. And this, again, it's another one of those mods that completely changes and revolutionises what we see within Assetto Corsa, and makes it a very different title to the one that was originally released. So strongly recommend that you show some love for Peter and Ilya, because they're working on this together to get Sol and Custom Shaders Patch working hand in hand. Strongly suggest you donate to them on their Patreon, because what they're doing here is absolutely brilliant. If you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button, and if you want to see more content of this type, then please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when future content gets uploaded. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.